Hello, Aries. I'm here to do your read. I'm going to jump right into it. I do apologize if it is a little bit loud when I shuffle. Something's coming for you guys. It's in the distance, though. It's not quite here yet, but there's something coming for you. Not in a negative way. I think it's something that's prosperous. It's like a door opening. Like a new opportunity. New doors opening. You could have decided to go into a new direction. Maybe you have a little bit of anxiety over that. Oops. So the first card out, we have Free Yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So like I said, I feel like you could have decided to go into a new direction, maybe a direction that you have never explored before. I feel like it's time to step out of the box from whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like there's a lot of symbols that are around you. It's just whether or not you're paying attention to it. I feel like it's time for you to step out of a cycle or to get off of the merry-go-round, quote unquote. There's a decision that needs to be made, and it's for your highest good, and it has to do with a repeating cycle or something that makes you feel like you're trapped. It's something that holds you to something. It almost keeps you from authentically being yourself or living out what it is that you want to do. It's something of that nature where it holds you back from something. We also have engagement here, so your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And I do apologize about the glare. I can't really do anything about it. It is sunny. And we also have past life relationship that wants to come out. So you've known each other before. So obviously you're dealing with a situation where you could be stuck in a situation because of finances. You could be trapped in a situation that you don't necessarily want to be in. But this is a time right now for you to really think about what it is that you want to do, to really think about where it is that you want to go, to really think about what is it that you want to commit to, what is it that you want to engage with, what is it that you want to be a part of your journey. Like this has to do with something that's recently been presented to you or is about to be presented to you. I feel as though you could be in a situation right now that you know is extremely unhealthy or not ideal for your growth or not ideal for what it is that you're trying to achieve in your life. Like you're dealing with a circumstance where you don't, it's like you care about the person, you're comfortable where you are, but it's like it's keeping you trapped, it's keeping you enclosed. There's something about it that's just not fulfilling you. And there's something that is coming from behind, so it's like you don't see this coming, so like whatever it is, it kind of like develops like instantaneously, and it's like you both have like this sudden realization that like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. So it not to say that you're going to be hopping out of one to another, but that could be somebody's scenario. Again, I just read the cards, so I don't like, I apologize for anybody that's in that situation. Like I'm not promoting that kind of stuff, but I mean, everybody's situation is completely individual to them. And I just read the cards. I just, that's all I'm doing. But I feel like somebody's knocking on the door of something, but they have fear. I'm not sure what that means. There's something that's very tempting to you, or vice versa, a person you're dealing with, there's something that's very tempting. There's an opportunity for new growth, new development, new something. There's an opportunity for it. It's like new beginnings. You feel a connection with someone that goes extremely deep. Like you feel as if you could have known this person like eons ago. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's like eons ago. Like it's almost like you feel like you have been connected to something or someone um, for eons. Either it could even be a landmark, honestly, because I'm being drawn to the land. So there could be a place that you visit or a place that you travel where you feel like, you've been there before, or you feel like you've traveled there before. It's because maybe in a past life situation you have been there or you have lived there. So it's like there's like a connection to home there, and it has to do with land, and it also could be with a person. I'm not necessarily categorizing that as something, but it could be both. It could be one or the other, or it could be both at the same time. There's something about the land, though. There's land that you're connected to, that you feel very pulled to. There's something coming out about uh I don't know if it's because it's like October where I'm at right now. It's October and it's like the fall weather, so Halloween is like really prevalent. But there's something about like somebody really feels connected to like the Salem witch trials. Like I'm not really sure on what degree, but that came out as well. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Page of Cups, and then we have the Fool. So it looks like there's a situation where somebody could be stepping forward to make an offer. Could be an apology. It could be an offer of love, because like this fish is jumping out of the cup. Yep, and then there's a confirmation from the bird. So there's a very strong pull to birds. Birds could be very relevant wherever this happens or when this happens. Like you could hear like a bird outside, or it's something like that. Like the bird. There's birds that are communicating and giving you like signals or messages and synchronicities. There's something there about that. Um, it's almost like a message has been delivered to somebody spiritually through birds and animals. You guys could be communicating intuitively, sending each other signals. I'm not sure what that exactly means. It just kind of came out funny. There's a situation I do see where somebody turned their back on an apology and decided to take a new adventure. And they had a lot of options, so it's like they took a leap of faith and they were given multiple opportunities. They were given multiple avenues. Could be work, could be love, could be new situations. It was happy. It was like a happy outcome, like a wish come true, where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what cup to take. I don't know what avenue to go down. I don't know what subject to study. It's something like that, where there's so many different decisions that you can make, but it makes you extremely happy. Sorry. I'm gonna move that out of the sunlight. Sun's very strong today. There could be a situation where somebody decided to begin a new creative pursuit. This person could have already been pretty well established, but they decided to start something new that was like creative, that sparked that love back in their heart. There's a situation where by doing that and initiating that process, it began it be sorry, I'm getting pulled into these cards here. Somebody decided to go their own way and follow a creative passion, and they took a leap of faith, and it gave them a wide variety of options and avenues. If you're dealing with a love situation, you could have turned your back on somebody when they tried to come forward and apologize. There could have been somebody who tried to step forward and make a small romantic gesture. This person could love poetry. They could be in the arts. Whatever the case is, I feel like they've hurt you to the point of where you felt it was necessary to go within and turn your back for the best. And by doing that, it generated a multitude of offers and possible relationships and friendships, and it was like a door opened with all these new opportunities for you because you decided to take a leap of faith for yourself. We have Judgment here. Birds are really strong through this message right now. So you could have had to have a decision. So somebody's going to have to make a decision because there's going to be like multiple things presented to you. And it kind of, you might be coming into this situation as the Page of Cups. And there's going to be judgment that's going to have to be called on this situation because it's like you're going to have to pick. And it could have to do with lovers, could have to do with a relationship, but it's like you're going to have to pick what it is that speaks to you. Because there's a situation where, again, you freed yourself from a situation, or you need to free yourself from a situation. You've turned your back on a situation. You've walked away from a situation. You're doing well. You're stable. You're comfortable. You're in your environment, or somebody's in their environment. I really feel like by doing that, it generated this energy of newness to where you come in as the Page of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, and you're taking a leap of faith into something in a very innocent mindset. And it's like you're going to have to make a decision about something that has to do with a relationship or somebody or one of these options. I hate to say options. I feel like that might be a little harsh, but I mean it's options. That's what I'm hearing. It's just like there's options. There's many different roads that you can take, but there's one in particular that speaks to you, and they're asking you to make a judgment call. So we have the Six of Cups. So again, something from the past is returning. Like I said, there's a connection that you have with someone that speaks to you. There's a connection that is being called upon to be brought to the attention, but it's like you're almost going to have to navigate it. It's like, which one is it? I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe you're confused as to like what your feelings are, or maybe you just don't know which way to go yet. because it's like you want to see. But yeah, it's like there's a conflict here. Or you could be dealing with two different people. And if you're dealing with two different people, like there's going to be like I don't want to say like an altercation or anything like that, but there could be like a disagreement. It could be over social media, or it could be like a verbal disagreement, but it has to do with like a cup of love. It has to do with an offer. It has to do with somebody, I'm hearing, overstepping boundaries. And I'm not quite sure what that means, but somebody feels like they had their boundaries overstepped. We have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So somebody's refusing to see something. They're refusing to see the options that they have. But somebody is moving forward. And by moving forward, it's like they're kind of going right into this chaos. So I'm not quite sure what that means. It's like here, it's like smooth sailing. But it's like maybe somebody's trying to hide that they have other options, but then somebody steps forward from the past, and it's like this person's like willing to fight. You know what I mean? But there's a judgment call that's needed because somebody has a lot of options, but it's like somebody turned their back on a situation as well. So maybe you tried to leave a situation and it's like the person that you were with just kind of they don't want to give up on it. And that could be the energy that I'm picking up on. I'm not feeling anything violent or like domestic abuse or anything like that. Like I'm not picking up on that. It's just somebody's willing to fight for you because they care about you. And there's another person who also wants to offer their cup to you. So it's like going to be like, what's the decided, like, what are your options? It's happy for the person who has the options because they've earned it. That's all I'm hearing is that you've earned it. You've gone through something to have all these options, but it's like you're going to be amidst like a little bit of this conflict. There could also be a situation where somebody doesn't know if they can come back from the past or not. Like somebody doesn't know what your response is going to be if they offer you this cup of love. Like they're trying to come back, but they're like, I don't know if she's going to take it, or I don't know if she wants to hear it. I don't know, or if he wants to hear it. Like I don't know if they'll hear me out. We have the King of Cups under judgment, so you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be dealing with Gemini, Aquarius, but again, none of that stuff. I don't think it's the energy. You could be dealing with an air sign that comes in as a water sign. You could be dealing with a fire sign that comes in as a water sign. Yeah, so somebody... Be very careful when you make this decision, whatever decision this is. Be very, very careful of who you pick or what you pick or why your intentions were to pick that. Because I do feel like a devilish kind of energy when it comes to one of these decisions or a couple of these decisions, where it's like, be careful of what energy you're operating off of when you make this decision, because you want it to be from a pure place, and maybe not from a lustful place, or maybe not from an envious place, or maybe not, there's something like that here where it's present, but it's like, is it going to be acted upon? I don't know what that means. Because it's like this devil card is just watching the lovers. And it's like, be careful. Because there's something toxic in the midst here. Or it can be toxic. It can turn toxic. Maybe with this Five of Wands over here. It's something like that where it's like, be careful. I'm hearing, be careful what you wish for. You could be dealing with multiple people who choose to step forward, and you could be given like that test of being like, You know, are you going to follow what appeals to the eye, or are you going to follow what appeals to the heart, or are you going to follow what appeals to the soul, or are you going to follow what appeals to, you know, cycles? I'm hearing cycles, like, be careful of the cycles that you've been through. You've learned something where it's like almost going to be put to the test. Because it's like, who are you going to pick? Like, what are you going to pick? But I'm going to get out of that energy because it keeps sucking me back in, and I don't really want to read on that. Because there's a situation here that is positive. But with this devilish energy, it's kind of like it's a temptation. There's a temptation here that I don't know if you're aware of. There's a temptation here. It's like, it's not a bad reading. It's just there's temptation on the board. So we have 10 of Pence. What? Could be dealing with a strong Capricorn, but that doesn't really have. And you could be dealing with somebody who could be a little bit of a narcissist. Could be dealing with somebody who's a little bit detached, a little bit unemotional, a little bit cold, not the emotion giver. Somebody's changed their perspective on something, or somebody needs to change their perspective on something, or there's a hang-up in a situation. There's a hang-up, and it's like somebody's kind of causing this hang-up. Somebody's causing this hang-up. I'm not sure what that means. This got really, really cryptic for a read here, a general read. It's kind of like something's being put to hold until somebody changes their perspective. Because the Wheel of Fortune's here, and then we have the Sun card. So the wheel is turning in someone's favor, and something's about to come up on the bright side. Like I said, there's a happy outcome here. It's just somebody's got to navigate through something. And it's this toxic energy. We have the Eight of Wands. So there's something's coming in very quickly. Maybe communication, could be travel. Somebody could own a business and they've changed their perspective, so they've changed this dynamic in their business to help create more stability. Somebody can be taking on a leadership role. So you have 2 6s and 2 8s on the board, so 66 and 88 might be specific numbers for somebody. It's almost like I'm seeing a story here where somebody's happy with somebody, or they want to be happy with somebody, but they have to see something. Something has to be illuminated to them. Something has to be, they have to figure something out about somebody who might be an air sign, or might be taking on the qualities of an air sign that they have a contract with at the moment. Like somebody could be somebody could already be in a commitment with somebody, but they have to change their perspective about something and communicate something about what's toxic or something about what's not right. But there's like a reluctancy to do that. But it's like as soon as somebody does that, yeah, we have the Three of Swords that actually came out like totally in reverse. But this is the Three of Swords. So somebody, unfortunately, this just took a crazy turn. So this goes back to what I said earlier in the read, where if you're in a commitment with somebody, or you're in a cycle with somebody who you care about, you have an established situation with, and you really care about that person, but it's like you know that something's not right. And there has to be a change of something in order for this to like there has to be communication about this. And unfortunately, somebody is like, I didn't even want to communicate. Like, did you hear my throat chakra? Like, it literally didn't even want to come out. But like, somebody is going to be upset about a situation. Unfortunately, we do have the Three of Swords here. There is going to be some type of sadness, or somebody's dealing with a situation where they are not looking at what they have right in front of them, and they need to change their perspective before something comes and kind of takes it away. Because it's like they're not seeing something. And then we have the Hierophant. So there's something that's being spiritually brought together and spiritually guided. I'm not sure if this makes any sense, to be completely honest. I feel like somebody's been juggling something. Somebody's been juggling for multiple people. And it's like whoever's been juggling it, the juggling's about to come to an end because there's something that's being like set up. And it could be because of the planetary alignments. It could be because of where the moon is right now. It's something spiritually affecting this. Because I feel like there's a situation where somebody has to free themselves, hence, free yourself. There's a situation where somebody needs to free themselves, get that mojo back, is what I'm hearing. And it's like, all of a sudden, it's like you step into this bright new world of all these possible things, and you have all these different options. But it's like there's one connection that's from the past that stands out. And it's like you have to be very cautious. Because somebody else is willing to step forward and fight for you, or fight to keep the situation together, or fight to be a part of your life. And it causes the other person a little bit of conflict too. And it's like somebody needs to change their perspective, or somebody's being hung up in a situation because they have to deal with this. They have to deal with this the right way. They have to close the door properly, not juggle it. They have to properly close the door. It could be between a water sign and an air sign, or yeah, water sign and an air sign. Somebody could have strong Taurus in their chart too. Capricorn, Gemini. I mean, they're all kind of here. Let me pull you one of these cards. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. So yeah, there's something that's inevitable that's here. And it's like you're hung up until you're dealing with something, or somebody's hung up until they deal with something. But they have to do it the right way. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And then we have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So yeah, somebody has a lot of anxiety about the situation. I mean, it is a lot of options. Somebody's very confused about what to do. But there's something that needs to happen. There needs to be an end to like juggling, because somebody, unfortunately, it's like you got to do it the right way, because it's like there's something that can be toxic here. They're bringing me back to this devil card. And it's just be careful. Just be careful. Other than that, it looks really positive for the most part. Unfortunately, with the Three of Swords here, I'm not. I feel like They're taking me back into this Three of Swords card here. I feel like, unfortunately, whatever has been established, there's something hidden, like, in this established thing, and it's heartbreaking to both people. Not just one person. It's like whoever's in this situation, it's like something's going to be exposed. Not in like a crazy dramatic way, but it's like something's exposed. And it's like both people just kind of call it quits because of what comes out, because of something that's been hidden. I'm not quite sure. I hate when I have messages that are so like sad and hurtful. Like, I don't like reading cards like this. I wish all the messages that I have were optimistic, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But I love you guys so much. Take care. Best wishes to you. And thank you guys all for your love and support. I wish you all the best. And yeah, take care. I love you guys. Bye.